Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Putri Wulan from class 7C, and now I'd like to present my research proposal, and the title is The Students' Perception of Extensive Reading in Improving Their Reading Interest, a case study on the English education students of a state Islamic university. Okay, next, this is a research background. The first is burning issues. Based on the observation of the researchers in the classroom, especially at the university level, the students are not interested in reading. According to Haig, as cited in Rosin, there are 12 common reasons why students do not read. And one of the reasons is reading can be intimidating, which means that reading can intimidate the students if the reading material or the reading topic is not appropriate for their level. So sometimes students get bored when they are reading. And then besides the result of the research from Andreas 2018, as cited in Lindawati 2021, has found that Indonesian EFL students' reading interest was on level 1. So it shows that the lack of reading interest in Indonesia, especially in EFL students in Indonesia, is still high enough. It's still like reading interest of EFL students in Indonesia is still like lack of reading interest. And the next is research questions. The first is, what is the student's perception of extensive reading in improving their reading interest? The second research question is, what are the benefits of extensive reading for the student? And for the research purposes, there are the first, to find out the student's perception of extensive reading in improving their reading interest. And the second one is to discuss the benefits of extensive reading for the students. Okay, next, let's come to the relevant theories. The first, in this section, we'll discuss the variables. We'll discuss the theories of several variables, and the variables in this research are students' perception, extensive reading, and then reading interest. Let's start from the first, that is students' perception. Students' perception is the process of preferential treatment of students toward information they get from an object. So students' perception also means that what the students think or what the students feel about something that related to something. And the second is extensive reading. Extensive reading being a good way to teach reading to EFL students. Therefore, the students' perception also needed to demonstrate this statement, especially in this research, in my research paper. So what is extensive reading? Extensive reading is reading simple book and don't need to understand each words or every word. The readers are planning to go to concern with the common understanding, the meaning of sentence, according to Harold Palmer. Okay. So extensive reading also means that the students reading with pleasure, the students choose the reading material, the reading topic, and also um, they don't need to understand each word. They just need to understand what they read based on their interest. And then the third is reading interest. Discussing reading, it cannot be separated from reading interest. And then what is reading interest? Reading interest means a high tendency towards reading activity or a high willingness in reading activity, or can be identified with the love for reading, according to Sarilio et al. 2020. So we can see here that reading interest means someone high tendency to reading. Okay, and then we come to methodology. This research conducted using qualitative research approach with a case study design, and the research site is at UIN Sunan Gunung Jati Bandung, particularly in the English Education Department, academic year 2021. The participants of this research are nine students in the first semester, who taking extensive reading course, and the participants will get through purposeful sampling. And then the instrument are the first questionnaire used to find out the students' perception of extensive reading in improving their reading interest. And then interview and observation will use to discuss the benefits of extensive reading for students. And here there are qualitative data analysis. The first is preparing and organizing the data, and then review and also explore the data. The third, create initial codes, and then review those codes and revise or combine into teams, and then present teams in a cohesive manner. That's all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.